Hey, what is up, y'all? And today we are back with another video. And today we have NFL predictions week 9. Man, the season's flying by quick. We're more than halfway through this season, which is crazy to say. And last week I was at a record of around 9-4. So I'm hoping to improve that this week. This week is looking a lot more predictable, which means it's not going to be very predictable. The first game we have is Baltimore and Miami. Both teams are struggling, but Lamar Jackson is coming back for Baltimore. Miami destroyed the Falcons last week. I didn't get to see much of that game, but I know that Tua actually had a good game for once. And the Ravens beat the Bears with Tyler Huntley playing pretty decent and Derrick Henry breaking Walter Payton's rushing record. But I think Baltimore's going to win this game. It hasn't kicked off yet as I'm recording. I think Baltimore's going to win with the score of 27-17. Next, for the 1 o'clock games, we have the Bears and Bengals. Unfortunately, Cincy got embarrassed by the Jets last week. I'm really mad about that. And Joe Flacco is probably not going to play this week, which is also very concerning, even though we're playing the Bears. So I am very afraid of this game. I think we're going to fall to 3-6 with the Bears beating us with the score of 34-10. I think our defense is going to get exposed. Jake Browning's going to get destroyed again. It's not going to be a fun game. Next, we have the Vikings and Lions. J.J. McCarthy is going to be playing, I'm pretty sure, against a very strong Detroit team. They're a little worse than last year, but they're not that much worse. And I think a large factor of that has been their consistent run game and Jared Goff continuing to play good without Ben Johnson. The Vikings have not played that good, not as good as I expected. It's JJ struggled, Carson struggled. Their defense hasn't been the best, as deadly as it was last year. I think Detroit's gonna improve to 6-2, winning with a score of 34-17. Now we have the Panthers and Packers. Green Bay beat... Who did they beat last week? I'm not sure, but they beat Pittsburgh, which is a decent team. So that's not that surprising. Carolina got destroyed by the Bills, although Bryce Young was not playing. I think Bryce Young's going to play, I'm pretty sure. And if he is, it's like 75% he is. I'm picking as if he's playing. So if I'm wrong, it's because I think Bryce Young's playing. I'm picking upset here with Carolina beating the Packers with a score of 31-27. I think it's going to be very shocking and good game. Next, we have the Chargers and Titans. Chargers have destroyed the Vikings last week on Thursday Night Football. After bouncing back after losing 3 out of their last 4. And Tennessee got destroyed last week by Indianapolis, which is not surprising. They're just not a good team. Cam Ward is showing fight, and then it's just the team is just failing him. He's not succeeding now because he's on the Titans. It's the same thing as why every quarterback that goes to Cleveland sucks. It's not because they're bad quarterbacks. It's just the organization is bad. I think the Chargers are going to win and try and take back the division lead, beating the Titans with a score of 40-13. And I have the Falcons and Patriots. I don't know what's with the Falcons. They are too inconsistent for me to pick. I don't think they're a good team right now, but last time I didn't think so. They beat the Bills. And then the Patriots are 6-2, yes, but they haven't beaten the toughest of opponents. One of the best teams they've played in the past weeks, other than Buffalo. So it's going to be very interesting how these games play out. But I think New England's going to beat the Falcons with a score of 35-14. It's going to be close at the end of the first half, but then the Patriots are going to pull away like they always do. And I have then we have the 49ers and Giants. I think it's going to be a pretty good game. The Niners have fallen off after having a tremendous start to the season, and Giants lost Cam Scatterboo for the season, which is very, very bad for them. I think the 49ers should beat the Giants, even though Jackson Dart's played pretty decent and Mac Jones hasn't played the best in recent weeks. I think the 49ers are going to beat the Giants with a score of 21-17. Now we have the Colts and Steelers. I think the Steelers are not a good team, and the Colts are a really good team. From Jonathan Taylor to Daniel Jones and all their passing attack to their defense, they're just clicking on all cylinders. And the Steelers are on a 2-game losing streak, losing to the Bengals and Packers. I think the Steelers are not going to bounce back against Indianapolis. Indianapolis is a way too good team. Even though this is a game Pittsburgh would win, I think Indianapolis is going to win with a score of 41-34. Next, we have the Broncos and Texans. I'm not sure if the Texans game or the Panthers game is the biggest upset, but I'm going to assume it's the Panthers. So the Panthers is the upset of the week, and this is the close second. I think the Texans are gonna bounce back because I just feel like Houston is just decent. It's just, did you see what happened when C.J. Stroud had time to throw the ball? He played phenomenal last week. And Denver, although 6-2, they're one of the worst 6-2 teams out there, in my opinion. So I think a team like Houston can beat them, especially with Patrick Surtain out. I think Houston's going to beat Denver 28-24. And we have Jacksonville and the Raiders. I think Jacksonville are frauds, even though they beat Kansas City. It's just this year is so weird that we think Jacksonville is good, and then they just get destroyed 2 weeks in a row. Granted, by good teams, it's just, I think another upset's going to happen here with the Raiders coming off of their bye. I think Gentry's going to kill them. I think Geno Smith's going to have a decent day. I think Trevor Lawrence is going to get not going to have a great day along with that run game. So I think the Las Vegas is going to beat Jacksonville with a score of 20-17. Now we have the blowout of the day. We have the Saints and Rams. Tyler Shough is going to make his NFL debut against one of the best teams in the league, in the Los Angeles Rams. I don't think it's going to be very forgiving for him. The Saints defense isn't the worst, which is decent for them, but the Rams have a really good offense, a good enough defense to rattle a little the rookie quarterback. And I think the Rams are going to beat the Saints 45-13. For the game of the week, we have the Chiefs and Bills. Now, both of these teams just have played pretty good recently. The Chiefs are playing like one of the best teams in football again. And Buffalo is a little bit sinking from how they started the year, but they're starting to rise again. I think this is going to be a must-win game for both of these teams. And I think Buffalo is going to beat Kansas City in the regular season like they always do, with a score of 31-29. For Sunday Night Football, there's the Seahawks and Commanders. I'm not sure if Jaden Daniels is going to play. If it does, I don't think it's going to change the outcome. I think Seattle is a really good team. Sam Darnold's playing good. They have incredible receivers, and their defense is pretty good. So I think Seattle's going to beat Washington pretty handily with a score of 35-17. Now for Monday Night Football, there's the Cardinals and Cowboys. Dallas's defense is really bad. Dallas's offense is really good. A tale as old as the season. Even though Dallas offense got stopped last week, they got killed. Arizona's not a very good team, but I think if Jacoby Brissett still plays, they're gonna have a better chance of winning this game instead of with Kyler. Brissett's been playing really good, but I think Dallas is gonna beat Arizona with a score of 41-30. The bye week teams are the Browns, Jets, Eagles, and Bucks. That's all I have for you guys today. Hope you enjoy the content. And if you are, you could like and subscribe. It would very help out the channel a lot. See you guys next time. Peace.